So this time I'm going to work with the Celebrate stamp set because I like the happy, not the hello, the happy on its own. I think that's quite a useful caption, and I'll show you how we can use that to incorporate some other lettering as well. So I'll take that off, put that to one side, and then we've also got this. I bet loads of people have got this, haven't you? I think loads of people have got this, so I absolutely love this, so I'm going to work with that. And I have some black acrylic paint and a Coke can. This is a little mini one, actually. I drank the contents quite a while ago, but I like packaging and I can't chuck it away because it's so cute, but I thought I would use it. So, should we play the guessing game again? Any guesses how I might use this in my crafting? Okay, so I'll wait a minute to see if there's anyone gonna see if they can guess. So I'm going to commit an operation on this can. Yeah, so if you're not too good on the scalpel blades and that, maybe look away for a few minutes. So I might do the operation first. So yeah, if you're a bit dodgy with the knife, then look away now and you can listen. But I'm going to insert the scalpel now. That is the top, yeah. And let's cut open our Coke can. It's quite thin, it's quite easily done. Or if you put a little incision with your craft knife, because I think it is probably a bit easier with a scalpel, then you could scissor it round as well. Any guesses? Watch out for your fingers. Oh, I'm okay. I've used this knife many years. I do love a scalpel. Let's get the scissors in there. Right, we're open. Right then, people not happy with scalpels, you could probably look now. The clip. I'm going to use the clip. Oh, this bit here. This bit is useful. I love these. I always take these off. Let's bend it back. These are nice, and they make lovely embellishments, don't they? Yeah, but I'm not actually going to use that this time. I can bin the top. Don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to cut down the sides. Any more guesses? Tin shears work really great. Tin shears, sorry. Tin shears. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is quite papery, this. That's it. I'm going to cut round to take the bottom off as well. There we go. Doesn't it make a nice noise? Okay. So there we have our flattened Coke can. Mind your fingers, Sue. Thank you. And it's also quite sharp, actually, once it's cut as well. So, yeah, die cutting material, I think. Did anyone guess die cutting? So I'm going to die cut this. And what am I going to die cut with? I'm going to use the pen. There, I'm actually going to use a little pen here. As soon as I saw this, don't need the rest of that. As soon as I saw this, I just fell in love with this, because if you know me, you know that I like my lettering, and I just love this. I thought it was adorable. So yeah, also I thought, oh, I know what I might want to do with that, and this is it. I've had a test and I'm excited to show you now. So I might cut a section out of here. Is that... Oh, I don't think that's long enough. Okay, let's just go straight in across the Coca-Cola word. Right, die cutting machine. I might put it to one side for a minute so we can get this in. So the best way to tackle this is to attach it to directly to your plate down the side. You always get that a little bit more pressure down the sides of your die cutting machine, and we do want plenty of pressure. So we shall put it at the side. This face down. I probably want it that way, don't I? So, oh, it's just long enough again. So pop that with the cutter side down, like so. And then we'll run that through the machine, upside down. Okay, can you see that? I'm going to give it a few goes. There. See what we've got. So this is the 4th time that I'm doing this with the Coke can tin. Yeah, because I've been having a good play. So I just wondered if it was going to still cut beautifully. I think it's struggling with the right at the end here. I might have to get my scalpel out again. Just to, let's do it this way. Because it's very, very delicate. There, it's just popped out now. So there we have our tin can pen. Okay, so are you all still there watching? Katrina, Jessica, Monique, Sarah, Els, brilliant. So what I would really like to do is to maybe turn this into a real pen and see if we can write with it. I'll tell you what also I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom you in because you need to see close up what I'm doing. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so you can see the detail. So I've got a paintbrush. Actually, I'll get a thicker one as well. So we need to shape this so it creates more rigidity in the metal because it is very fine. So we're going to use a brush handle to curl it round. So just start to curl it round the length of your paintbrush handle. Okay, just press down, and the tin can's quite nice because it's got like a memory to it, so it will stay the shape that you're manipulating it to. And also the end of the pen, this is called the tines of the pen. You see here the very end here, the two little bits at the end. I mean, it's very true to a pen nib. So did you catch that? So we need to curve them as well. So I've got a smaller paintbrush. I'll use the thin end, and we're just going to really manipulate and see if we can get a curvature in the actual tines at the end, because then that will keep it more rigid. Okay, shape it, bend it round. You can also shape it a bit more down the handle as well. And I will give you another close-up. So we're getting some more shape into there. So when we put pressure on it, it's not going to sort of bend, but it does need, the tines do need to open out. And we need to get the tines close together a bit more. There's a gap. Sorry if I missed the shot with that. Hi Jackie Adams. Hi Kate. Hi Diane. Dana, hello. Okay, so we need to just pinch it so that we can get the two tines together, so to creating a nice point at the end. Right, there. So we might just even curl it slightly, just manipulate it so the tines create a point at the end. I mean, this is rudimentary. As a pen goes, this is not the best, but it works. Have a go, it works, okay? And also it might be a bit scratchy because you've got the die cut edge as well round it. But the more you do this, the more it's going to smoothen out, okay? What die is that nib? Okay, it's this one. That it actually is a pen nib, and it comes with the reinforcement set. There it is here. Okay, so It comes with that. And it actually was a freebie little gift, wasn't it? So I just love it. Right then, shall we give it to the test? Okay, I have a pen nib here, and you can see it's pretty much the similar size, really. Thank you, Els, for designing. I think, no, not Els, was it Esther who designed this? Thank you for designing it such a brilliant shape and size. So we'll lose this and we'll fit in our new Coca-Cola pen nib, and it actually does fit. It's the same size. So if anyone's got any of these dip pens, this could easily be done, or you could wrap it round your paintbrush. If you get a thin one, you could actually put some washi tape round there, you know, make it further than the bristles, and you're good to go, I should think. So there we have it. I think I just need to manipulate the shape a little bit more and pinch it, make sure they do join. Okay, acrylic paint I think is quite good for this. Rather than an ink, a thin ink, go for some acrylic paint, I think, because it's just that little bit thicker. Okay, we'll add some water to make it slightly thinner. So we'll add a bit of water to our paint. Stir that round. I mean, just have a play with this. You don't have to be so precise. It's just experimenting, really, and just having fun with your products. I'm sure that this doesn't really get damaged. I mean, I've cut it the 4th time, and I'm pretty sure it will cut paper nicely again. You could just do a check if you like, because I wouldn't want anyone to think, oh, that's going to get ruined. So, because you can buy thin metal sheets for die cutting, can't you? And fake metal and things. So yep, it cuts beautifully still there. So obviously it's going to make light work of the paper. Okay, right, I'm going to protect my working area because I don't want to get paint everywhere. So I'll bring in a white sheet and a scrap piece of paper. I've got here like a hammered paper, so it's got some texture. It's not as textured as watercolour paper, and it's not super smooth because I quite like the roughness of it, really. Okay, let's get rid of maybe a bit more water there. I'm not very good at looking at the comments, am I? I'm getting carried away with what I'm doing. I will read back the comments afterwards. Okay. Let's give it a go. Right, so dip the pen in, perhaps just touch it on the side so you don't get masses of blobs, and let's see if it works. Yay, look at that. And it's just making marks, really. I just love making marks with different mediums, pens, and I love the way that, okay, this one, the tines aren't perfectly together, and you get this double line effect, and you get the single thick line of ink and then it goes into the single line. It's just lovely, and you get that lovely scratchy noise. It's just great, and it's a bit of fun as well. And look, I can even get the thick and thin lines, and they kind of all turn out differently as well, a bit different. Good for cross hatching. It's just great, and it's quite nice for flowers as well, because you can go like that. And I've got a lot of ink here. Let me start again. Put a blob there, and then we can really, that's it, that's what I wanted, this effect here. Okay, I've bent the tines out too much. Push it down. There you get these like little petal shapes, I did have a go at palm tree earlier, so you just create the middle piece of a palm tree leaf, and then you can just do the fans of the leaf out like that. And I think it's quite nice that you can get thick lines and the thin lines. It's just awesome. This is working really nicely, actually. I like this. So just have a play. Eyelashes as well. I was inspired by seeing eyelashes. And as far as lettering goes, I really like typewriter font. And I think this is perfect for typewriter font, because you can be messy with it. You can be blobby and messy. Looks like a feather, Jackie. Yes, it does, doesn't it? And I think it's great for typewriter font because it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you look on, say, Pinterest or somewhere and get an idea of how the typewriter font looks, have a little go at creating your own letters. So, it can be messy. It doesn't really matter. It's just cool, I think. Anyway, I'm just getting carried away, aren't I? Let's make something. Let's stop practicing and make something. So I have here a card blank. This is 15 centimetres square, and I've cut the front into a border. A bit of ink on my finger. Peacock feathers, is that? Hi, Suzanne. You're not late. Come and join in. We're having fun with the pen nib, and I've cut it out of the side of a Coke can to make my own real nib, which I'm just about to play. Well, I've played with. I'm going to try and create something now. So I've cut about 16mm border around my square card, and this is a piece of vellum, just shy, so you've got a border around the edge, piece of vellum that I'm going to use for the front. And we'll stamp our happy. So I like the way this happy word flows. It's quite nice. So we'll stamp our happy with our archival stays on, whatever you like to use, your black ink. Put plenty on. So I think with vellum it can turn out a little bit more sort of faint or grayer. There, just in the middle at the top. Sit that down. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, I made my own pen nib. Thanks to you guys, or is it Esther? I'm sure, did Esther design this pen nib? Love it, absolutely love it. Esther, you're a star. Okay, right now I've got a bit of ink on my paper. Just rub that off. Rubs off nicely. Put that to one side. And what we'll do is we'll do a birthday in the typewriter font, I think. So I want it to be about here. So have guidelines, okay? If you're going to attempt to do some lettering, you must have some guidelines, okay? Don't expect just to write a word and it's central and, it's perfectly in place. It doesn't happen really. You do need guidelines. So I've got about 4mm between these two lines, and then this one's about 1 centimetre lower, okay? And we want to make sure it fits within this space, okay? Because I've got this laid on my card blank, so I know where I need to be. So I'm just going to pencil draw my birthday. I like to do this because if I'm just writing under pressure, like I am now, I spell things wrong. Easy words, I spell them wrong. So we don't want that, do we? So I can see that I need to go a little bit wider with my letters, otherwise it's not going to fit in. Actually, I might start further in, so you can get a good judge of where you need to be with your letters. And because this is the typewriter font as well, it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, now I've done a pencil mark on the edge of my card. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. So let's go ahead and do our birthday. You can even be a bit wobbly, doesn't really matter. Okay. So that's it, that goes there. I've had a little go with the typewriter font, so you do kind of get used to what it looks like, which is quite cool. Okay, keep dipping your pen, probably with every letter you need to dip, I should think. Oh, a bit shaky. It's because I can't get my head right over it. It's getting a bit shaky. A bit taller with the T. And I do like captions with a mixed font as well. I think that's quite nice. So we're creating our own mixed font here. Birthday. Make sure I do spell it right. So as I say, if you don't have one of these classic dip pen nibs, you can wrap the nib around a paintbrush handle, I would have thought, and have it just further bit lower than the bristles. And you can have a play. Let's do the Y like that. How's that looking? As I say, it's rudimentary and a bit basic, but it's fun. It's almost like writing with a feather. Okay, so I think that will do. And I also want to make some marks as well. So I have a bit of design. Just get my paintbrush. Is this in the picture? Hopefully it is. My paintbrush. So I'm just going to put some paint directly onto my acrylic block. And I'm just going to dip my little jar in there. Let's place this. I'm just going to stamp it on here. Messier the better. Yay, I've got paint drips. That looks nice. And I'd like a bit more of a mess, so I might make my own ink blob coming out here. Let's get it on here, there. And if you scratch it about, it can flick. Oh, look at that. And you get nice flicks. Yay. I am making a mess, aren't I? Okay. Let's push that to one side. I'm glad I put this white piece of paper down. Goodness me. I've got little black splashes everywhere now. Okay. So I'm worried I'm just going to make a mess. Right, so I need to let this dry so I can just rub out my pencil marks. But basically we're going to stick that onto our card front. And I'm just going to apply it to the corners. I can't even turn it upside down because there's quite a lot. I'll try and guess where the corners are. To put up a bit of glue just to attach the vellum on the top. Looks like a wedding and engagement ring. Oh yeah, that's clever, Tracy. Yeah. Fun and creative, it is. It is. It's nice to sort of sometimes use your products in a different way. Okay, just the four corners will be fine. And then to hide the glue, I've die cut some corner thingies. Yeah, there's the thingies again. Now this is a lovely die, and this is from Planner Essentials 24, the photo frame pages one with all the one. I think it's the one with the sort of the squares, the 3 squares. I think it's that one. So I've got my corners here which I can apply glue, and then they will hide the glue of the vellum. So pop those on, make sure they are square, and this just finishes it off and neatens things up a bit. So it's kind of a monochrome card really, isn't it? So I like monochrome sometimes. That's cool. There. And another one in this corner. And then what else you could do, there. I mean, the vellum does warp a little bit with the moisture out of the paint, but it'll flatten out. I mean, I've gone a bit mad with my splashes. They've gone on the actual card as well, but never mind. Okay, another thing we can do is, we don't want to waste this, do we? Let me put this card over there to dry a little bit. So we've got these nice little banner, fishtail banner things. They're lovely, lovely size. So why don't we die cut some more? Let's bring our machine in again. I think I'll do this the same way. I shall attach it, go like that, attach it to my cutting plate. And then we do want these square, so let's have a nice, everyone recognises Coca-Cola, don't they? Where's my tape gone? I've lost it. Okay, it's not, I'll tell you what I'll do, I shall cut it so it's in 2 bits. And I'll just go like that. So we'll have a big Coca-Cola one. Shove that there. And then the little one as well. Have a bit of the lettering. Yeah, I need to turn that round that way. So when I use it, it's going to be the right way up. Okay, they're not staying on there because they're a bit curly. But we're going to squish them in our machine. Let's just go for it. Listen to that crunch. Okay. There we go. Let's see what we've got. So that one's fallen out straight away. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Oh, do you know what? I did it the wrong way round. Isn't that annoying when that happens? I put the die the wrong way round. That's why it hasn't cut. Quickly do this one again. So the dies will withstand. Hey, you can do this with beer cans, couldn't you? And I think obviously tins are going to be too thick, but other cans. So if you've got like do a mail card and he likes his Guinness or something, could be an idea, couldn't it? Now to attach them, I have got this, I don't know what you call, but it's this this really sticky stuff. It's like when you get a new credit card and you've got that sort of rubbery glue on the bottom underneath. That you can fix metal bits on. I think you can buy it full crafters, so it attaches. It's good for attaching metal things. I need to manipulate that, so I'm just going to put that about there. And this one, so I've got 2. That's it. Can you see that? It's just that sort of sticky. Oh, that's not quite straight, but never mind. Never mind. And it's covering my happy a little bit. Should have brought that down a bit. And then what we can also do, if you want to give away the pen nib and prove that you've used it to write your card, then you can include the pen nib in the card design as well. And then that can just be stuck down with some tape. And then the recipient might want to have a go. Like that. So it just adds that third element as well in the design. Okay, so I made the one I made earlier to test this out is this one, and this is like a Christmas themed one, so this will be quite nice for like a December birthday, I think. And then also inside I've done another ring with the bottom of my jar, just because you could see it through the vellum. Just adds that little bit of extra detail. And obviously you can't write on this bit because it's going to show through. Unless you put an insert in there, a paper insert, or you could just write on the back. So yeah, just an idea for you to die cut the pen nib from the reinforcements out of tin cans. So yeah, I fancy doing like lots of male beer cans, as I've said.